everyone, it's Adele here. What I want to talk about today is reading, and I've come across a book recently that I'm absolutely loving because the author has exactly the same thoughts about reading as I do. So I absolutely love this book. It's a book called The Almanac of Naval Ravikant. So the author is actually the brother of another book I've mentioned before, which is How Love Yourself Like Your Life Depended on It. If you can remember, I did a video about that not long ago. And I love that book, and this the author of this book is the brother, and you can definitely tell that that they're brothers from reading this book. So this book's actually free online. I'm going to put the link to it in the description below, because you can actually get hold of the PDF just by going online. It doesn't even ask for an email address. You can just download the book. So it's one I've had for a bit now, and I just keep going back to it. And the bit about reading really just I just love it. I just can't stop reading it, and I can't believe that we have exactly the same viewpoints, because sometimes I thought I wasn't, the way I read isn't perfect. It's because I do have a lot of books going on at the same time, for example. But I'm just going to go through a few points that he's made that I totally resonate with. So the first one is about rereading, certain books. You'll have certain books that you come across that you absolutely love, and they're your core books. It talks about going back and just rereading them over and over again. And that's what I do with, a lot of my books. I just go back to them and read them again. You can tell when you first pick up a book if it's a book that you're going to keep coming back to. Sometimes I can, read a book and I think to myself, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to use this, on a daily basis, because there's so much good stuff in there. So it's about identifying the right ones for you. And once you've found them, not to just keep worrying about reading a new book, but just go back on what you've already read, and take, because you do see books differently as you progress through your reading journey. The second thing is to make reading a habit. And I think when it becomes a habit, that's when, things magically change for you. If you read every single day, even for just 20 minutes or so, you put yourself into the top few percentage of the population. So, do whatever it takes to make it a habit. Just, attach your reading to something else that you do. So I have a routine in the morning where I do my exercise, my journaling, meditation, and then reading on the end. You might not have the same sort of routine, but if you have any sort of routine in the morning, tag your reading onto the end of it. Or you read last thing at night. A lot of people do that. But just do something that, your reading becomes, a set time every single day. And then any added little sessions that you do can be a bonus, but just make sure you have that, that one time set aside for reading. And then the next thing is that it almost doesn't matter what you read. It doesn't have to be books necessarily. It can be articles online, blog posts, magazines. You read what you're drawn to and what you're passionate about. So if you do enough of that, you'll be eventually led to the right things for you. And then when you read the right things for you, that's when it becomes life-changing. So don't worry too much if it's not just books that you're reading. If it's other things, like I've mentioned, then that's absolutely fine. The next thing is to read what you're excited about. And I've said this many times before. There's absolutely no point in reading a book that doesn't light you up and make you feel like you want to read more. So if that happens, if you're bored with a book, put it down and move on to the next one. You've got to be excited about it. And then the last thing is that he says that he has about 10 to 20 books on the go at one point. And this made me feel so much better, because I definitely have, lots of books on the go. And I always thought that was the wrong way to do it, the wrong way to read. I thought, I should read a book, finish it, and then move on to the next one. But he said that he loves having, lots of books on the go. And I'm so like that. I've got books on my Kindle. I've got physical books that I'm reading. I've also got books on the coffee tables. So I have books on the coffee tables that are kind of books that you can just pick up and flick through, and just read a page, that you just open it up at any point and read a page. He also says that sometimes he does pick up a new book, and start reading from the middle. He'll literally just find a bit that looks interesting and read that bit. Or he'll read a book, read a couple of chapters and then put it down. and just move on to the next one. So there's absolutely no right or wrong way to how you read, as long as you're doing it, because it is going to benefit you. You know, just doing the actual practice of reading will benefit you. So I hope those few things help. I just think this, you know, it just really resonated with me, like I say, and you know, I just keep going back to that chapter that he talks about reading. But in the book, there's a lot of other topics covered. The actual subtitle is A Guide to Wealth and Happiness. So it covers lots of areas that are going to help you to lead, you know, a really happy life and successful life. So go and check it out. I'll put the website below, and then I'll see you all next week. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.